man's fate is at stake. Please let us continue on with our lives. The Union.
Awesome stuff from those guys. Union, a little bit of drama behind how they formed up. They're actually a band of players who weren't even that close before they got together, and they raced towards the top of the leaderboards to qualify for this tournament. So maybe that's what they were alluding to during that preview.
I think so. There were two clans that looked like they were going at the last minute. Union came together past that other clan, became the top-ranked clan in Korea, and here they are. And like they're talking about, they already think they've written their ticket to Helsinki.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to see them there. They're talking a big game, only ahead 1 star going into rounds 5 through 8, but they could be a little bit more experienced after all the players have attacked once, and we could see them unload on the Swedish bases, but still, 1 star difference. This one is nowhere close to over.
Exactly, and one of the other interesting things about Union is they had the time, they knew that it was going to be based upon their trophy count to qualify, but these are absolutely top-ranked war attackers from Korea. They knew they were coming in to do clan war and not trophy hunts.
Yeah, they've been practicing like crazy, but it looks like that's going to do it for the first half of our first semifinal between Union and Sweden. Stick around, because after the break, we're going to get to round 5 through 8 and see who's the winner of this first war.
Don't go away. It's going to be some intense attacking, more 3-star attacks coming up in just a few minutes. right, welcome back to Yongsan's Esports Arena here in Seoul, South Korea. We just finished the first round of attacks in this first semi-final match of the first ever Korean Clash Invitational.
Yeah, some really cool attacks came out towards the end of that first 4 rounds. It was pretty awesome to see those Raiders, and we'll have to see what happens as we get into the next couple of rounds. So we're 10 attacks down with 10 to go for both teams. Still a closely tight war, and yeah, anything can happen in these last couple of minutes, I guess.
Absolutely. It's going to be super intense, these last 10 attacks. You've got the first 10 attacks were intense because it was the first time for most of these players attacking under the lights. And these next 10 attacks are going to be critical just because of how close the score is right now.
Yeah, if you guys are just joining us, we do have Sweden facing off against the Korean Clan Union right now for the first semifinal of the Korean Clash Invitational. And in the next round, we'll actually be seeing 6 stars against, I believe, Glory China, which is going to be pretty tight, especially with your countries being so close together.
You have to truly enjoy what you do in order to win. A winner's composure they can't hide. What they need is a tour of Seoul, more than intense practice.
Oh, Oppa Gangnam Style.
Cheerfulness resonating from within. Nobody dare to stand above us. The Nordic Sweden.
All right, looks like Sweden came out of nowhere there. These guys are, again, very relaxed, as you could have seen from that video.
Exactly. They've been like that all week, but you can tell when the attacks get underway, they suddenly become extremely focused, despite the fact that they're very laid back by nature, joking around with each other and having a fantastic time, like the rest of us here in Seoul.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, I would guess that these guys planned the least for this event out of anyone, but they're still showing up, only down 1 star, and imagine the shock in this crowd if Sweden actually took this first war. But taking a look at round number 5, again, both clans are going to be attacking at once with 3 players. Looks like Riley is going to be attacking Max from Union, as well as, I believe, we're going to be seeing all the Town Hall 8s facing off against each other.
Exactly, and that's going to be critical. They really want to see 3 stars down there because they need to free up some of those 9s for other attacks, because again, we're fully expecting the bottom 7 bases to be 3-starred. If they're not, that could be a critical misstep for either clan.
Yeah, this is the last chance for the Town Hall 9s to take each other out. If they can't, they're going to have to sacrifice other attacks around the war map, so important stuff there. And of course, we didn't mention that our favorite player, Pizza Yokke, will be attacking BJ 3-star. So will BJ 3-star finally be 3-starred? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
And Riley going down to Max, a 10 versus 9 again, so another expectation of a 3-star attack there. Pizza Yokke's attack also going to be critical for Sweden. They want to see that 3rd star added to BJ 3-star's base.
So it's going to be awesome to see how the score updates along the way. Again, with both clans attacking at once, we're going to have a clear picture to see who's going to be taking the lead over these next 3 rounds, as 3 players from both clans will attack. And of course, in the final round, both of the clans will have only a single person attack, with both attacks they could be separated or they could be going on simultaneously.
Exactly. It's going to depend upon how close it is. If it continues like this, we may see both of those attacks count and possibly determine the outcome of the entire war.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff on the line. These guys have been training for a while. Sweden flew, I believe, 10 hours out here. So these guys are totally committed to the cause, even fielding 2 substitutes for this war. These guys mean business, and only down 1 star going into round number 5.
Yep, so that round will get underway any moment. And again, watching 6 attacks simultaneously, it's going to be crazy. Stars flying all over the place, hopefully. The 2 Swedish Town Hall 8s have both been 2-starred. One of the Union Town Hall 8s, number 9, has only been 1-starred so far.
Okay, so that's a way for Sweden to make up stars right there. And again, every single attack you're seeing during this round is 3 stars or failure. If you don't get 3 stars against the bases that you're going against, that's going to make it so another player is going to have to clean up the base later inside of the war, because no Town Hall 10s are under attack for this one. And we're going to have to see as we get into round number 5 of Union versus Sweden. This is the second half of our first semifinal war. Let's go ahead and check out the action in just a minute.
Yep, so it should be momentary. There we go. We're going to focus on the Union players first. You can see them wringing their hands, trying to flex, getting ready for that attack. So much pressure is on these guys. Just major focus. They're ready to pull out the third star.
Yeah, not a lot of talking between these guys. Again,
No.
if you saw the trash talk, only those 2 players up top are chatting. All 5 players who are on the iPads now getting ready to attack are super serious. Let's see as we have All In attacking Lord Oliver again. Town Hall 8 on Town Hall 8 action.
Yep, and we've got some our first use of Hog Riders. Only 7 though. Wizard heavy, lots of wall breakers and some golems. I think there was a 3rd golem in the clan castle.
Yeah, this should be pretty solid of an attack. Use those Hog Riders towards the end after most of your troops have made the core, and the golems will actually distract the other defenses. We've seen most of our 3 stars today from Gola Loon, but if you can pull it out with these Hog Riders and golems, it'll definitely be an impressive attack.
Exactly, and look how widely spread this Town Hall 8 quote-unquote anti-3-star base is. Really hoping to disguise where those giant bombs are, but if they've done their homework, they should know where they are by now based upon the first attacks.
All right, so troops are making their way inside of the first compartment. Looks like a couple more wall breakers are going down right now. A lot of the wizards are going to start focusing on that dragon inside of the clan castle, and they're getting burned down pretty quick. It looks like actually the dragon was focusing in on that Pekka, so the wizard survived, and he's made his way to the core of the base.
Yeah, and that was a major advantage for All In. Surviving all of those wizards, you see at least half a dozen right behind the king, and a skeleton trap popping out. They should finish that up quickly. On the left-hand side, here come the Hog Riders after that mortar and the cannon on the far left.
Yeah, the Hog Riders have made their way in. I have to say, a really impressive job of getting to the core. You definitely don't want to end your battle.
Was that?
What are you thinking? That could have been dangerous.
I think he was trying to deploy wizards on the bottom left and accidentally just encroached on the end battle button. Thank goodness for the confirmation. That would have been absolute disaster as this is headed towards 3 stars.
Yeah, I think the only thing that could have stopped that attack is if he ended the battle right there. This one looks like it is going to be 3 stars as he drops 2 archers to make their way through a level 8 wall, but now he can sit back and relax. Look at his work, and again, this will be a 3-star, and this is the first Town Hall 8 on Town Hall 8 3-star we've seen of the Korean Invitational.
Yeah, it's really surprising. He drops those archers down there, so 2 archers, 1 wall, all by themselves down there. As the 97%, it looks like the Town Hall may be the last structure to go. 99%. Oh, there's a gold storage I didn't see. The golem ignoring it. The golem just totally banging up against that wall.
All right, Hog Riders are going to help take care of that gold storage. Still has over a minute left in the raid. He can sit back and relax. Still looks a little bit into it, but that's going to be 3 stars for Union. All In, pulling out a 3-star attack as the lowest level player inside of their clan.
Yep, and again, like we were speaking about, that was a critical 3-star. They really need to get those, and so we're going to have a chance to look. We're seeing the attacks start to roll in. But again, we're seeing 3 attacks on each side, so lots of attacks still underway for both sides. And as we look at the updated score, we can see Union with 25 stars and Sweden with 21.
Yep, looks like they only have